What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to be with you here on this Friday night, talking some Dynasty Fantasy Football. I'm Avery. This is Nathan. We're going to talk everything Dynasty, and we're going to do a Dynasty Startup mock draft tonight for you. So it's good to be here with you. Do us a favor, if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you drop a like on this live stream. We really appreciate it when you do those two things. I'm looking over here at our mock. We've got 2 spots left, so I will share this mock draft with you guys in the comments if you want to jump in and draft with us. First 2 to get it, we'll get in. So here we go.
Nice.
Drop this in right here. There is the link. You guys want to draft with us, jump in the draft. There's 2 spots left, and then I'll start it, and I will watch as you guys draft. Kickers will be placeholders in this draft, so make sure you keep that in mind. It's going to be interesting to see where this rookie class goes. There's Mr. Sheafloss in one of them, and then we got one more, and it should be there. All right. Again, good to be with you guys tonight. Drop your questions in the comments. This is a super flex draft, by the way. I did get a question about 1 QB, but let's go ahead and go to the mock draft. We are full, and we are going to start. Let's talk some Dynasty. Oh, crap. The freaking sounds are on. Nice. I think it's off now. Okay.
Yeah. I think. Let us know if the sound's on.
No, it's still on.
It's still on.
All right. Talk him through it, Nathan.
Yeah.
Where's Mahomes?
Where's Mahomes? Oh, my goodness. Just because he was QB6 this year with no wide receivers? What is going on? At the 1-3, what a value there, man. It's on like a 10-year contract. It is reasonable, though. Josh Allen at the 1-1. He's been the quarterback 1, I think, 4 of the last 5 years or 3 of the last 4 years. 3 of the last 4 years. And he was QB2 last year. Like, he's been the most consistent over like a dynasty lifetime and a half.
Right,
so Allen absolutely deserving of where he's going. Mahomes down year, but whatever.
You, by the way.
I muted myself.
What? It's from your phone.
No, it's not.
It's gotta be.
I don't know
Where's the sound coming from?
I don't know. It's driving
gone
me crazy
now.
though.
Justin Jefferson at the 1-6 there. Oh my gosh. Where is that coming from?
Dude, that's scary.
Holy smokes. Can you guys hear the sounds coming through? What in the world?
That is crazy. G16 says, let's sell Fields.
Ooh. I don't know, man. I'll start off by saying I'm not sure that I'm like screaming that Justin Fields is a sell right now.
Yeah,
this is driving me nuts.
Oh yeah, it's driving me crazy too. Oh, it's a TV.
Oh, it's the
yeah,
TV.
That's
okay.
what it is. Yeah.
All right. I don't think Justin Fields is like a crazy sell right now, though. Like, I think I'm neutral on him at his current price.
Yeah, I think he has enough rushing upside, and he's safe enough that his value in the offseason is going to be very safe, because regardless of what happens, we know for a fact that he's going to be playing somewhere. If it's not with Chicago, it's going to be somewhere else. I mean, maybe Atlanta. Atlanta would be nice if he gets traded. We're not Justin Fields fans as an NFL talent. We were very vocal about this last season, and we said he was going to fall in value significantly. Our prediction came true. It came very, very true. But it's a new year. Different values present themselves, and I think Fields is being valued accordingly. I think he's got a fair price. Chubb says, let's go. Let's go, man. Drew says, let's go, with multiple O's. It's very nice. Brady says, just acquired Chase for the 102 and James Cook. I think that was a pretty good move. I think that was a very good move. Getting Jamar Chase, obviously a first-round pick, in exchange for either Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr. That 102 is going to be valued probably in the mid-second at its peak, maybe early second if you're lucky. So good price there for Jamar Chase.
So the 101 just went. The 101 went at the 112. So you got to assume that's going to be Caleb Williams. You got to assume that's going to be one of Caleb Williams or Marvin Harrison Jr. Either way, you have the 101 going above Trevor Lawrence now. So that is kind of interesting. And looking at how the quarterbacks, I'm interested that Lamar Jackson fell to the 110 in this draft. I thought he'd get a little bit of an ADP bump after what is turning into an MVP season. But, I mean, clearly being valued about the same as he was last year.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to me. Trevor Lawrence obviously sliding into the early second round.
You're going to see that become normal.
I think that's going to become pretty normal.
And I don't think it's unmerited, honestly. Do I want to name drop? Well, yeah, AR went at the 1-9 behind Trevor Lawrence. I actually just texted Avery earlier this week. I did my, I updated my rankings on flockfantasy.com, which, by the way, if you're not over there, use flockfantasy.com, use code DOMAIN, and you've got 30% off. If you sign up for the Mother Flocker Teal, we'll do a team blueprint for you, and we'll give you all the advice you could ever ask for. We love doing it over there. But I officially ranked Anthony Richardson in the same tier still as Trevor Lawrence, but I ranked AR over Lawrence. Yeah, I anticipate Lawrence getting paid, but Lawrence has been incredibly disappointing in his third season to a point where I'm actually worried about his long-term value just as much as I'm worried about Anthony Richardson. And AR offers more fantasy upside. So I think at that point, you got to rank him over Lawrence.
Yeah. That's interesting. So Christian McCaffrey goes there, which is he's obviously gotten a value boost because he's been really, really good.
Yeah.
But the 102 goes between Christian McCaffrey and before Bijan Robinson, who falls to the mid-second in this draft. I think it's good value for Chief Loss there. But you know what? Are you taking the 102 or Bijan?
The 102.
I think I would take the 102 as well.
Yeah.
It is nice to see Kyler Murray jump up in a draft that we are not a part of into the 2-4, actually.
I will say I absolutely love Bijan Robinson's price in the middle of the second round.
Yeah.
If I'm, given the opportunity of drafting the 102 or Bijan, I go the 102. I'm happy either way.
Yeah.
I actually was, we were looking back at some old live streams a couple weeks ago, and I saw an old live stream where we were talking about Bijan Robinson before the 2023 season, and I said, basically, Bijan Robinson is going to put up 14 to 16 points per game, and people are going to consider him a disappointment, and he's going to lose a ton of value. Lo and behold, he puts up 14 points per game in PPR, and he's lost a ton of value. And that's where you need to be capitalizing on Bijan and buying him. You shouldn't have bought him when he was a late first-round pick. Now's the time to get him.
There goes Puka Nacua there, right after Garrett Wilson at the 2-9. I bet you're okay with that price, right? 1, 2, 3,
I'm more
4,
than okay.
5, 6.
I would take him.
That's 7, so that's pretty good. That's higher than we've seen him go.
So wide receiver 7 off the board?
Yeah. I mean, unless you count Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah. So another thing in my rankings. Where do you have him in your rankings?
I don't know. I haven't truly updated.
I have him at wide receiver 4.
Okay. I mean, that's
Let me know what you guys think about that.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Should Puka be ranked as high as a wide receiver 4? I mean, he just had what was the best rookie wide receiver season of all time.
He just broke a 60-year-old rookie receiving record.
Yeah.
Or he's going to, most likely.
Wait, 60-year-old?
So he needs 29 more receiving yards.
He didn't break Chase's record?
Yeah, he did. There was another record from a rookie wide receiver in the 60s that hasn't been broken since 1960.
So the question that Nathan likes to ask, if Puka Nacua, if JSN did what Puka's doing, where would JSN be valued right now?
He'd be a first-round Dynasty startup
That's
pick.
probably
and I
true.
would honestly probably rank him over Chase.
Yeah. Which, by the way...
I would probably, I'm to a point where I'm probably taking CD over Chase.
I was going to say, let me know what you think in the comments, because officially on Keep Trade Cut,
at least in the same tier,
CeeDee Lamb has passed Jamar Chase on Keep
He's
Trade
passed
Cut.
Justin Jefferson,
which
he's wide receiver.
We talk about Tyreek Hill. CeeDee Lamb's 120 yards behind Tyreek.
Yes.
Isn't that insane?
Well, he's is it just 120? I thought he was 80.
Maybe it's 80. Maybe I had it flipped. Maybe
it is not that much.
That's awesome.
So you're like, holy crap, good for him.
We did get a super chat here from our guy Master Nater 7. We appreciate you, buddy. Or put your comment on the screen real quick here. 103 and 107 for Herbert and Quentin Johnston. This is a Superflex 6-point and a 10-team start 9. In a 10-team Superflex, I have to go.
You got to go Herbert.
I got to go Herbert. You
easy.
got to take Justin Herbert, right?
Yeah.
He's got the contract.
Yeah.
He's got
Even
everything
in the
you
super
want.
flex. So at the 103, you're getting one of Drake May, Neighbors, maybe Jaden Daniels if he gets top 10 draft capital. Spoiler alert: we just did a mock draft that we're going to release at the beginning of next week on Monday, and we took Jaden Daniels pretty early.
Yeah.
So I think that's still fair taking Herbert with the contract.
Which side did you get? Let us know, Master Nader, which side you got. I'm trying to look through the comments and see if I can see. But let's see who we got in here. Before Hummels is here. What's up? Drew is here. Drew, one of our new Mother Flocker members. Let's go.
Drew,
what's up, Drew? Who else? Chief Loss is here. Jet Nation's here. Toronto Dave, our guy, is here. I do not look like that guy from The Sopranos, by the way. Wilson Simons is here. What's up, my friend? And he says, my league is Superflex, and they call me Sonny Weaver Jr. because CJ Stroud no matter what. That's awesome. Dominic's here. What's up, Dominic? Tyler's here. Tyler asked, would you get Metcalf? Would you trade Metcalf to get the 103 in this year's rookie draft? Yes, absolutely.
Heck yes.
Taryn Clout is here. What's good, Taryn Clout? Chubb says, yo, what's up? let's look at the draft and see what's going on while we've been talking, giving a shout out to some of our boys. Appreciate all you guys watching. Drop a like for us real quick. And
Fields at the 212. So Fields going at the 212, that's a little rich for me. I think that's too high of a price.
Okay.
I think, well, where do you think his price should be?
I mean, I'm okay. I honestly think it should be like the 3.8 to the 3.12. Personally,
I was going to say 3-4 turn.
Okay. Yeah.
3-4 turn is where I think he belongs.
Woo.
Who do you think? I mean, he's eventually going to, well, I don't even know about eventually. If he's horrible next year, then he won't get paid. But, like, there are so many possibilities with Fields. Such a high ceiling guy with his, or high floor guy with his rushing upside.
Yeah.
His passing volume is just not something that you'll get me to believe in for a long time.
It's interesting, that's for sure. Jahmyr Gibbs in the second where he belongs, Tyreek Hill there. And then you have the 103 and the 104. So I think, honestly, these picks deserve to go this high.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne goes right behind him. I'd take both of those picks over Travis Etienne. Jordan Love goes at the 3.6. Is our little secret buy window, like, kind of going shut on us? Because
maybe. If that's where he's going, that's where he belongs.
I know. That is where he belongs. And as does Sam Laporta, as does Brock Purdy.
Right.
These
are good picks, guys.
Honestly, like, Shiflos's draft so far, you got Jefferson, Bijan, and Brees. I mean, that's value at Bijan and Brees there at the 3.7. I love Brees Hall there.
Yep.
So good draft so far. He's going to be my favorite team, early favorite team leader. JT at the 3.10 with Gibbs and Mahomes is also really nice by Drew.
Yeah.
Drew's? Who's
I like Purdy at the
James Cook. See that? That's hilarious.
I like Purdy at the 3.9. I think
I do
very,
too.
very good.
I think that's also where he deserves.
Yes, sir.
Deserves to go.
Yeah, he does.
Do us a huge favor. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. We appreciate y'all. Drop your questions. We won't be able to answer all questions tonight. We have a lot, but we'll prioritize super chats, and we'll go through and answer as many as we can. Toronto Dave says I'm a better looking version of that guy. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Terran Klotz says hot take: Bears can't pull the Jets and take a QB. Just build around Fields. Ooh, I don't. That's not our take, but that's hot. That's for sure. You at least admit it as a hot take. Master Nader said he got the Herbert side. Let's go. He wants my Daniel Jones for future second. Like a 25 second? Because if it's an early 24 second, I'm taking the second. Jet Nation says have Hurrow. Wow.
You get
Hurts
there?
and Hurrow. Hurts and Burrow in a 12-team super flex. Along with the 102, if Marvin Harrison Jr. goes one trade, the 102 to the highest bidder. Yeah. We're going to come out. So Jet Nation, we're going to come out with a video later this offseason about like what to do when you're in that position, like every position we can. I promise you it's going to be worth it. It's like a game theory video from one of our newest members, our guy Chip, who just joined our team, and he's big on game theory. We've got him studying into all this, and he has a lot of rookie draft data that's really enticing. So we'll come out with a video that will help you with that. But I think, moving back there is probably a good idea at first glance. A lot can change. Drew said Sammy Watkins Lizard King. That's hilarious. Toronto Dave says so far he likes the Burrow and A-Rich team. Burrow team and the A-Rich team. I thought he meant both.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
So the Burrow team, Wilson, Laporta, that's a good one. And then the A-Rich team, Kyler and Olave. That's good too.
This is interesting here. I'm gonna pull up some numbers here for you and tell me what you think about them.
For Jordo?
Yeah, for Love. I'm kind of comparing him to Stroud. Just their production this year. So Love, 5th in points per game, fantasy points per game this year. Stroud, since he missed a couple games, fantasy points per game, 9th.
Mm-hmm.
So that accounts for him missing the games, which is good. So that's fair. Now, the big thing is adjusted yards per attempt. So Stroud, as a rookie, was 3rd in adjusted yards per attempt. So, like, historic stuff. You don't see that very often.
Crazy.
Love, who we basically treat as a rookie, he was very good, too. He was top 12 with 6.9, which is real nice. Passing yards, they're the same. Like, they're neck and neck. Stroud has 1 more passing yard than Love in a couple less games. Pressured throws, pass attempts, they're very similar. I just think it's very interesting that production-wise and honestly team situation-wise, you have 2 teams that are in very, very similar situations in the short term and the long term, and you're getting one of those quarterbacks at 2 rounds later.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, the question is who has a higher ceiling? I don't know. I think most people obviously would assume Stroud has a higher ceiling because he's going 104, but I mean, Love has been ridiculously efficient.
That's true.
Very under the radar. And he just hasn't really been the talk of the town like Stroud has.
Hey, we've got 80 plus people watching and only 18 likes. If you are watching this video, it takes literally no effort to just drop that like. We really appreciate that. Helps us out, helps support the channel. You guys are really awesome. Let's look at a couple picks here that I want to talk about. Waddle all the way to the 311. I don't think I'm selling Waddle at that price.
I agree. So do you agree with me from the Discord chat or no? I'm on the fence.
I think I'm on the fence like you.
I have
I don't think I can say he's a hard.
I have one share of Waddle, and I'm trying to shop him to see what I can get for him.
Hey, if you guys
to experiment.
If you guys have traded Waddle recently in a Dynasty League, let me know what you got for him. And also, like, do you think Waddle's a sell at the 311? I personally don't.
There's some people in our there's some people in our focus group that believe that Waddle is a big sell right now because of his long-term outlook with Tyreek Hill on the offense, which is, in my personal opinion, I mean, that should have always been one of the reasons he wasn't ranked as high as he could have been to begin with. So I felt like we always accounted for that in his value. The big thing this year, though, was his touchdowns were cut in half, and he kind of found himself in between his yards per catch his first year versus yards per catch last year. It was like right in between this year. And then you've got 33 total touchdowns for all the running backs in Miami's offense. So I don't know. I think he's a very curious case because you made an interesting point with Ayuk. You said you don't really see a big difference between him and Ayuk value-wise in Dynasty.
Well, they're literally back-to-back
here.
They're back-to-back on keep trade cut too.
Yeah.
Like right back-to-back. So,
right.
I have very different outlooks for those two receivers. But Kyren Williams at the 4-1, I think that's pretty good value on Kyren Williams, who, when you're looking at what he did this year as a 23-year-old, he's a running back 3 this year in fantasy.
In points per game, I think he was 2.
I think he's 2 or 1 because he missed
Not
1, 2, 3, 4. He's missed 4 games.
He had 21 points per game this year, which was second behind CMC's 24 for 25.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. 5 yards per carry.
He was ridiculous this year.
Yeah.
So
in 12 games.
Is he undervalued? Like, should we be down on him just because he's a running back and we just don't know what will happen?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are scared of like the I call it the James Robinson effect. The difference is like Kyren Williams, when you watch him, is actually good. So, and Sean McVay, we know how Sean McVay rolls with running backs, and that is he utilizes the crap out of them throughout their rookie contract, and then maybe they tag him, and then after that, they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, he will not pay them. So I think you're looking at Kyren Williams' shelf life really being no more than 3 more years, but that's going to be the case for any other running back in Dynasty Fantasy Football right now, which is why I think he's deserving of going maybe even a little higher than where he's going there, the 4-1.
So you got Rashee Rice at the 4-2. You in or out on Rashee Rice at that price?
I have a feeling I will not be touching Rashee Rice, at least in the early offseason.
I'm not drafting him.
He is...
I like him, but
he has been so productive since week 12. 10, 9, 10, 9, 12, and 6 targets. Good for, a ton of points. 24, 14, 18, 24, 11, 17. A few touchdowns sprinkled in there. To me, when I watch Rashee Rice, this is just my personal opinion. This is independent of the numbers. I don't see a super dynamic, toolsy wide receiver that's going to have a crazy ceiling on the Chiefs. I still think there's a lot left to be desired in the Chiefs offense. Clearly, they don't look like they ever have with Mahomes. I think they're going to draft another receiver that could have a much higher ceiling than Rashee Rice.
I have a feeling you might be right.
Who knows? He could function better as a 2 also. It's not like he'll be dead in the water if they draft another receiver, but
true.
I just don't think he has the ceiling that people are expecting him to have drafting him at the 4-2.
Let us know in the comments if you think Rashee Rice is good at this price or not. I'm personally, I don't think I can draft him this offseason at this price. I just don't think I can. But I'm not going to bash anybody who does. And then you have what is the 105, go at the 4-4. I think that's fairly good value. With TJ Hawkinson, good to see TJ maintain 4th round value at least, but he slid a little bit.
I still like that, though. I think that's very reasonable.
Smith and Jigba, Pittman, Higgins, and London all deserving of going that high. Bryce Young over Dak, and I saw somebody mention this. I think Fantasy King mentioned this in the comments. I'd definitely be taking Dak over Bryce, and if I'm getting Dak at the 411, I'm thrilled. So good pick by Trent.
Bryce Young's rookie season was so bad that he's like entering outlier territory to actually become successful in the NFL. And I know his situation was horrible, and I really, really like Bryce Young. But for the shares that I have of him, which are very minimal because I didn't like his price as a rookie, I'm probably going to hold him. And I'm not buying him anywhere, and I'm probably going to stay away from him in my rookie drafts or in my startup drafts as well. Just because I don't know, though, because like Lawrence had a really, really really bad rookie season as well, and that was just recently.
Yeah.
But again, you got to look at history, and history is just not nice to guys like Bryce Young's production.
So Mark Andrews goes with the 412. I think this is fine value for Andrews. I will give you guys a little bit of a pro tip. I got him in the 6th round in my Dynasty startup.
Yep.
I've only done one. It was for the fundamental series that we're doing. Check it out on YouTube if you are introducing some friends to Dynasty. That's what we're trying to make it for. But so I like that value for Andrews, but you can get even more value, I think. Barkley at the 5th. In the 5th is good because he'll get him later, but he's going to get a contract. DJ Moore is fine there. He put up a really good season. Flowers, Addison. They got to go there. I think it's good value on Addison, actually.
It's kind of a funny, interesting dilemma with DJ Moore. DJ Moore's value is like directly tied to Justin Fields, which is pretty hilarious. Like the people that think Justin Fields is going to stay in Chicago are pretty conservative with DJ Moore's ranking, and the people that think because if they keep Fields, you'd assume that they're going to draft a receiver in the 1st round, and the people that think Caleb Williams is going to be drafted by the Bears. Fields' value is like they think Fields is valued way lower, and DJ Moore kind of is where he is. I just think it's very interesting. DJ Moore is going to be a really intriguing prospect this offseason that I don't know. I don't know what to think about him. I know he's a great NFL wide receiver. After what he did production-wise with Fields this year, like imagine what he could do with a different quarterback.
Yeah.
That could actually consistently throw the ball.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say is it's definitely Dynasty season, and now we're seeing people get into startups and people start making trades, and like Dynasty season is one of the most fun times of the year. I love this time of year.
Yeah.
We are doing team blueprints, and this is a team blueprint. It's an example of one. It is a multi-year plan, comprehensive for your Dynasty team. We're here to put you on the right track, help your team, give you personalized one-on-one advice, and you get one of these when you sign up for the Mother Flocker tier at flockfantasy.com/domain. That's down in the description as well. When you choose the Mother Flocker tier and you have to use code domain, again, you get a team blueprint. Highly recommend taking advantage of that. We consult with a lot of players. We do a lot of personalized advice. So, and you get to join our community over there. So like I said, go to flockfantasy.com/domain. Link is down below.
Whoa.
And sign up with code domain and get a blueprint.
That's super cool looking there.
The blueprint?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Who thought of that?
Can you show it one more time?
Oh, I just showed it to him.
I know. Just do it again.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah. Doesn't that look really cool?
Now we're back.
Oh, man.
All right, let's look. There are some interesting. Diggs went to in the 5th here.
Yeah.
I think it's probably he was like the wide receiver 54 over the last 7 weeks of the season.
Pickens at the 5-6.
Well, I was going to get to that, but
yeah.
The Diggs thing is interesting to me.
Guys, we have another chance to sell George Pickens at a premium.
Oh yeah, guys, and this is where George Pickens is going to go. We'll have a video next week on some sells.
Yeah.
But George Pickens, all the talent in the world, all the physical talent in the world, this price is way too high for him in my opinion.
He is a tool.
But, jeez. But if you can look, he's going value adjacent to the 106. If you can get the 106, holy cow!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. All
right, yeah. Alan Riggy just said there's 85 people watching, only one other person besides me has liked the stream. Yeah, if you're watching, please drop a like. It really helps us out. Achan at the 5.8 seems like good value to me, actually. Based on where I've seen his market price settle, that seems like good value to me. I do not think that Raheem Mostert does what he did this year next year.
No, to me,
I would bet on Achan.
Mostert screams Cordarrelle Patterson.
Me too.
Which is, it doesn't mean he'll be irrelevant next year. Patterson still did some stuff, I think, like early on, maybe. After that crazy running back 9 year, I think Mostert will be better than that. I think he'll probably finish as, a low-end running back 2, maybe just from vulturing touchdowns in the red zone again. But, I mean, talk about an outlier season. He's got, 21 total touchdowns, leads the league, just over 1,000 rushing yards. Like that just screams not sustainable.
Yeah.
So
it's good value on HN in my opinion.
Yeah.
McBride at the 5.9, I think that's pretty good value on him too. He's like the tight end 1 through the last 10 weeks of the season or something like that. DK and Tank. I feel like Tank there, that's where I got him, exactly where I got him, I think, in my first Dynasty start with the offseason.
Yeah.
I think that's good value on Tank. I think his value will rise.
Yeah. Good value with Tank Dell, too.
Yeah.
Tank Dell would be going at the 311 if it weren't for the injury.
That's what I just said.
I thought you said DK.
No, I was talking about Tank.
Oh, you said, I could have sworn you said.
I said DK and Tank, and then I was talking about Tank.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say Tank.
So look, Njoku at the 6.2, you're really comfortable with that?
If you're comfortable with Trey McBride, who way more roster turnover with that entire offense this offseason in Arizona, and if you're comfortable with that, then you have to be comfortable.
So
with
you're
Njoku.
you're taking David Njoku over the 107.
You're taking Trey McBride over the 107.
No, I take the 107 there.
Okay, then I think that means
because I can get Bowers.
I think that means the 107 should be going earlier then.
I think it means Njoku should not be going this high.
Okay, but are you taking the 107 or DK? The 107 or Pickens?
107.
The 107 or Addison, Zay, DJ Moore, Saquon?
Addison, 107.
So you're probably looking at early 5th is where
Are you taking Jaden Reed or Njoku though?
I think they're in the same tier.
No. Jaden Reed, right? He's our guy.
Yeah, he is.
Goff
but
or Njoku?
Jaden Reed, here's a funny thing. George Pickens has 1,000 receiving yards this year. Jaden Reed has 680, and Jaden Reed has outproduced George Pickens by a significant amount. I think he's like a high-end wide receiver 3 or something on the year, and it's because he has 8 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, but he also
it's very Christian Watson-esque, but he's not just.
But he's getting more
pony.
targets though, like a lot more targets than Christian Watson got.
Yes.
That's what makes me think it's actually sustainable.
Yes. That said, I think if you're looking at a positional advantage going into next season, are you looking for Jaden Reed? Where do you think the Packers draft another receiver or get one in free agency?
I mean, they probably should, and they probably get one somewhere.
Right, and that's my concern. I think I think there's a legitimate case to be made that you'd have a positional advantage drafting Njoku instead because, I mean, you cannot deny the targets that he's been getting all year long in tight end premium. After the first 3 weeks, 7, 4, 9, 8, 6, 9, 15, 9, 6, 8, 14, 9, 8. That's TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah,
that's TJ Hawkinson targets.
I do not think it's sustainable into next year. I don't. That's just a prediction, but I do not think he'll do that again. Maybe he will, but
So why do you think he's been getting the targets?
I don't know. It's kind of funny that offense was really broken and the defense was so good, and then obviously the offense has been better, but. Man,
to me, I'm just like, what do we generally brand not sustainable? Like the definition of not sustainable,
touchdowns.
It's lack of volume. It's touchdowns.
Yeah.
So when you see that target volume, I just don't know how volume, because we always talk about that with Pittman. Everyone always said with Pittman, well, that's never sustained. That's not sustainable. Well, yeah, it is because he's getting it. And he keeps getting it.
Yeah.
That's why
tight end targets can be a lot more volatile though.
Right. But if you're sold on McBride hasn't been as good as Njoku, and he's going over Njoku. I think they're in the same tier. McBride, you give the edge to McBride though because he's 3 years younger. Are you taking
Kincaid or Njoku?
Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid just went around
because Kincaid is. I think Kincaid in the 7th.
That's crazy.
Is that common?
No, it can't.
I thought he usually goes in the.
Well, people are catching on that
where do you go in the fundamentals league?
People are catching on that he averaged 9 points a game this year.
It doesn't matter, dude.
It matters a
Gabe
little
Davis
bit.
is leaving, and he's essentially going to play wide receiver too there.
Yeah, I do think he's in. I think he's in for a big jump.
Look at that stretch when they went 8, 7, 11, 6, 7, 6, 8.
Yeah.
And then he's been down for the last 3 weeks, but he had 7 targets against New England. It's a volume thing. I trust that going into the Bills offense with Josh Allen.
I personally do too, and that's why I'm more comfortable with Kincaid over Njoku. Is I'm way more comfortable with the
right.
offense.
But the conversation isn't Kincaid over Njoku. It's Njoku's current price. We can debate tight end rankings, but where Njoku is going, are you comfortable with it?
Yeah, I'm just not. I feel like I can get a positional advantage greater somewhere else than.
And I'm telling you, if you're not comfortable with Njoku, you definitely shouldn't be comfortable with McBride. Definitely should not be.
I feel like there's a slight difference.
What's the difference?
McBride's just now breaking out, and he's also 5 years younger. So
No, he's not. 3 years younger. He's 24. Njoku's 27.
Sorry, 3 years younger. I feel like that's a little bit of a different situation. McBride also was behind Ertz. He's breaking out 1.5 years into his campaign. And Njoku has been playing. We've been waiting for him to do this. He's finally doing this. But it's a weird situation where you have kind of a quarterback carousel. You're going to have Deshaun Watson come back, but you're not entirely sure about that offense and the weapons. Whereas with McBride, you've seen a pretty consistent history of the quarterback who's the franchise quarterback there, highly target tight ends. And Zach Ertz was always hyper-productive when he was healthy. So that's the difference. But I do think Trey McBride, you could argue, is going a little bit too high. Let's see. Deebo Samuel, 6'8". I don't know if he's a sell, but Travis Kelce at the 6'9". I don't know. I don't know about that one either. Kenneth Walker, the 6'10", I'm okay with that one for sure. As with Josh Jacobs.
Getting Rashad White at half the price
Where is Rashad White?
of Travis
6'6"?
Etienne, 6'6".
That's insane.
Pass on Etienne, get Rashad White. He's the same running back going at half the price. I actually think Kyle's info was very relevant.
Yeah.
I thought that was very informative.
Yeah. Trent just said, I want to say, boys, I did not want to take Deshaun, but he got the freaking contract. That's smart, man. Think with value insulation. I love it.
Yep.
That's great. Good process there. Pacheco at the 7-3 is nice. You see Devontae at 7-4. Baker all the way up to the 7th round, too.
Yeah. Dude.
And then there's Pitts.
If Cleveland goes on a playoff run with Flacco, like goes to the AFC Championship, what are they going to do? They have to start him next year, right?
I don't know. That is part of the reason I just don't know with Njoku. I just do not.
Do you know
what
how much more they throw the ball, and they don't just throw like checkdowns,
I know.
fields level
They're
checkdowns.
aggressive.
They're pushing it downfield with Flacco like they never did with Deshaun.
I know, because Deshaun literally
was horrible.
He was bad. But with contract, you're right. You have to take him at 6'11". That's good. That's good. That's a good.
I just think that's going to be one of the craziest situations in the offseason. Like, it's going to be weird. It's going to be really weird.
So Pitts, are you okay with the price on Pitts here?
No.
Okay, you still think you should go lower?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting to see if he gets the Drake London. We're saying Drake London could take a step up. Could Pitts? Or are we just not confident enough in Pitts?
To me, once we get into the third year of hoping that a player is finally going to show out, and I get Pitts is the anomaly because he showed out his rookie year and he hasn't the last 2 years. There's just absolutely nothing that I trust about Atlanta going forward. Even if they fire Arthur Smith, we have no idea what anything's going to look like there. And Pitts is honestly just taking a step back. He doesn't look that great.
So I feel like this is reasonable to ask. I feel like I'm way more comfortable with George Kittle in the 8th round than I am in Njoku in the 6th. Right? Isn't that reasonable?
So, yeah, I think that's reasonable. So to me, that's like saying you like the value better at the respective position, but not necessarily ranking Kittle over Njoku. It's just saying I prefer the risk of drafting Kittle at a cheaper price than the risk of Njoku at a more expensive
here's
price.
So I'll clarify. I would rather draft Kittle in the 8th, Kincaid in the 7th, Ingram in the 9th, than draft Njoku in the 6th. I think that's fair.
Okay. But I think where Njoku's price is also fair. Does that mean I'm going to go draft? I should have clarified this with you when we were debating the whole time. I think where Njoku's going is good. I probably am not going to draft him.
I think that's.
I would rather go get Laporta or Hawkinson earlier because I think they do ultimately have a higher ceiling than Njoku, and I prefer those top 2 to 3 tight ends.
Okay.
But Njoku as a top 6 producing tight end is still going to make an impact.
So maybe it's warranted, but we're avoiding him still. Like that, I don't see you drafting a lot of Njoku in the 6th. I wouldn't either.
No.
That doesn't fit our philosophy.
I have, but I also have a share or 2 of him when I got him at a discount when he was super cheap, and I don't think I'm going to sell him this offseason.
I'll probably entertain offers. I don't think I'm getting him off my roster no matter what, but I have a couple too that I got him in throw-ins.
I think people are scared of tight ends though. Unless Njoku's always been a dynasty darling, maybe people overpay because they're finally like, hey, confirmation buy 7 years later. But another thing too, look at Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram shows out way late in his career, and he's been doing it the last couple of years. Njoku, Njoku could keep that going. He could just be a late breakout guy,
So did you know that
Swift is falling off a cliff? He's falling off a cliff like the Eagles' offense. Look at that. Look at that correlation.
No, dude, he's still had. Oh no, that's his projection.
He's finished as a running back.
Gosh,
man, what a fall from grace. He started really strong.
So 8th round for Swifty. Okay.
Yeah. So in
round
PPR,
for Levis is a little bit richer.
In PPR, Swift started 27, 14, 17, 16, 17, 10, 14. And then after that, my goodness.
Yeah, it's bad.
Part of it is they just kind of stopped running the ball. I don't know. There's been issues with the Eagles offense, the Eagles as a team all year.
So the 109 or the 108, 109, 110 went in the 7th. That's crazy value to me. I'm taking those picks higher than that personally. I don't just have rookie fever, guys. I am not a hype man for this class, but I like this class.
In our fundamentals league, those picks were going a lot earlier.
Yeah. Kittle, Robinson, Calvin Ridley, and Josh Downs back-to-back in the 8th. Both good values in my opinion. Although Josh Downs has been a little bit slower. He's been injured. So you see what he did when he was healthy. I think he's got all the upside in the world, and I think they retain him as the wide receiver 2 there. Levis, and then you have the 111, Dicker the kicker. I'm taking the 111 over Levis every day in my opinion. So
now Kmet as a guy I can definitely not get behind going back to back with the 111.
So Kmet this year has produced as the wide receiver or tight end 6. So he's had a decent year, but again,
is that in tight end premium?
I don't know, probably not. You should fact check that.
Tight end 7.
Okay.
He's been super duper hit or miss. He's got a floor of 0 points and a ceiling of 27, which requires 2 touchdowns.
Jeez.
So let's see the games. Oh, this is always fun. The games that Kmet did not score a touchdown, I'll read them off. 9, 7, 4, 2, 0, 17. There we go. 9, 5, 11, 11, 14, 0.
All right. Yeah, he's a sell. Yeah, that screams sell to me.
Yep.
Austin Eckler in the 8th round. A little bit of another pro tip. I got Austin Eckler in the 11th. So I think you can let him slide more than that. If you're drafting, let these old running backs fall. Everybody's terrified of them, essentially. Matt Gay, the 112, goes right there as well. I'm easily taking the 112 over Eckler for sure, and probably Javonte and Matt.
That's fun seeing Matt Stafford go in this round, though. I think that's
because I got him way later than that.
Mm-hmm. And the reason Stafford was going so low last year is the Rams were ultra hush-hush the entire offseason and training camp about Stafford. Yeah. Like, we thought he was way more injured than they were making it out to be. We thought that there was a potential that he could, out of the blue, retire. I thought that was definitely a possibility. Major questions there. Then he comes in and has an incredible season and helps Puka Nacua have a historic rookie year as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think with the money that he's making long term, I mean, at this point, I don't really care how banged up Matt Stafford is. As long as he's getting paid what he's getting paid, there's really no reason for him to retire.
Russ at the 9-1. I mean, Russ is going to be an interesting case this offseason. Are you buying Russ at that price? Because if he gets traded, his value is going to go up.
Gosh, I keep, every time you ask me, I feel like I'm always saying stay away. I'm staying away from Russ. I think I got my last Russ share off my hands at a pretty good price, and I'm not touching him again.
I mean, I will say if I can get the 112, I'm out on Russ.
Yeah,
I will.
I got a 25. I got a 25 first for him, so I was happy about that.
Oh yeah, didn't I buy? I bought him, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I had to, and it screwed me in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So Terry at the 9-2. He's settled into where he should have been going all of his career.
Yeah, Matt Stafford has 2 more years on his contract where he's earning $30 million each year until he has a potential out in 2026. I think that's worth spending
he is one
9th or 10th round pick on him.
Values at quarterback. There are some really good values at quarterback later in these rounds.
I think people just keep assuming because of the beatings that he took in Detroit year after year that he's finally going to quit, and I don't see it happening with this like Rams resurgence. As long as McVay's there.
4 Hummels did say Matt Gay is the 201. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Nice.
So 201 and 202 here. The point stands. I'm taking the 201 over Eckler every time.
Because guess what? The difference between the 110 and the 203 is...
We're not supposed to tell him that yet. But he was right.
Yeah.
Tajay at the 9.6 is great value. We just had Tajay as a buy in one of our most recent videos. Love that value on Tajay Spears. We do think Tajay Spears is like a potential Rashad White for next year. So it'll be really interesting. 202, 203, 204 there. Now you've got these seconds. The seconds are flying off the board. And you're going to see a lot of this in Dynasty Startups where you're doing these drafting kickers. These seconds are going to be valuable. It's a good class, guys. Every class, like at this point, every class we do, we get more and more NFL-ready receivers and NFL-ready like quarterbacks. But, this class is good. I'm not a hype man for rookie classes, and I never have been.
Yeah.
This class is good. I like this class. Yep. I like it because I feel like there's going to be some really solid quarterback value at the bottom end of the first round of rookie drafts.
I'm still
every
mock draft we do, we keep changing the way we'll rank the quarterbacks, and I've been a part of that. I am so currently at a loss of what to think about those mid quarterbacks.
If we lose that, then this class becomes a lot less valuable.
Right.
But I'm serious, if we get 4 quarterbacks with top 45 draft capital.
And I don't necessarily think this quarterback class is anything super duper special, but what I do know is that quarterback play in the NFL has never been worse.
Yeah.
At least in this modern day NFL. So I feel like you're going to have, I just have this feeling that a ton of teams are going to go out there and be like, screw this. I am so freaking done with Kenny Pickett, or I am so freaking done with Desmond Ritter, or I am so done.
Because you can get a Brock Purdy level player that's better than way better than Kenny Pickett.
I know. Like, if they just had a competent person that could throw the freaking football, like a Penix or a Bo Nix or even a Quinn Ewers, like maybe they'd have a chance at being better. And what else can you ask for? They're not going anywhere. Those franchises aren't going anywhere without taking a shot on a QB.
And also, like, I think the need for good backups in the NFL has like really exposed itself this season.
Yes,
really exposed itself. We have had more quarterbacks this year get injured than we've really ever seen, and backup quarterbacks are super. I think teams are going to invest in backup quarterbacks, and I think the Colts were a good example of that this year. They really invested in what is probably the best backup quarterback in the NFL, him and Jacoby Brissett,
and now they're.
And
they
might make the playoffs. They lost their starting quarterback.
Might being they're not.
They're not going to.
They're going to choke. But the fact that they even have a chance is something that I never would have dreamed of.
So Christian Watson at 9-4 there. I'm okay with that. David Montgomery, I'm okay. Mike Evans, I'm okay. Tony Pollard at the 10-1. I think that's fine for Tony Pollard.
Did we talk about Christian Watson?
No, I just mentioned him right now.
You take him at the 9-4?
I mean,
are you fine with that price?
I'll probably take an early second over Christian Watson.
Yeah, I love me some seconds here. I think Christian Watson.
I did see Michael in the comments said the early second will be a gold mine, and he's right. Yes, I'll give you guys a little tip right now and something you can do this weekend while you're making dynasty trades. Go get second round picks. Go get early seconds.
There is a receiver.
All right.
Okay.
Alan
Josh Downs at the 8-4. He's been going really, really close to Jaden Reed. Like 7-6 round.
Yeah, well, Jaden Reed I got later in our draft. I drafted
that's
him before he had a couple good games.
There's a lot of early off season.
Which I'm glad I did that.
Early off season rust in our first startup draft.
I'm glad I took him.
Yep.
I do want to say, Alan says there's only 2 likes. Alan, if you refresh your page, I bet it'll go up because I think ours says
38.
Like 40. So
dude, we have 100 people.
Let's go. Drop a like, 100 people.
How many people do we have watching right now?
106 right there.
Yeah, so okay.
You guys rock. Thanks for your support.
Let's go.
Drop a like. Appreciate y'all. Drop your questions. We're answering as many of these as we can as we see them, but also like super chats we'll throw you up on the screen and we'll give you a shout out and we'll read your we get too many questions to go through.
We'll throw up on you. We'll just throw you up on the screen.
Look at these seconds go off the board, man. Now I will say I think Christian Kirk's a really good value there. I think he's going to be somebody you can get later in drafts this offseason because of the injury.
Yep.
But you've seen the difference in play in Jacksonville's offense with and without Christian Kirk. It's stark. Keenan Allen's somebody who was winning you leagues until you got to the playoffs.
He's a stay away from me.
I think so too.
We should do a video of our stayaways.
Avoids.
Like not necessarily sells, just like avoids.
Yeah. All right.
That's a good idea. We should write that
down. Do not
down.
draft these players. Yeah.
I'm going to write that down.
Write it down. You guys like that video idea?
Yep.
All right. So Drew asked if we can convert this into a league. Let's look at Drew's team. Drew, Mahomes, Gibbs, Taylor, Hawk, Metcalf, Pick, Cousins, Ridley. And then he's got Judy. Is Judy what you're excited about? I mean, he's all right. But no, we can't convert it into a league. We will have leagues over at flockfantasy.com/domain. So if you want to sign up and get in a dynasty league, head over there and use code domain. If you use code domain, you can get in one of our leagues with us. We're only starting a couple dynasty leagues this offseason. We're going to be super selective with who we pick for those because it's really fun when we have dynasty players we can trust. So, let's see. Brady says looking to get some flex players. I have the 106, 204, and 202. Any ideas? Hold those and draft the players there. They have a really good shot of being flex players, and we'll release some data on that in a video here soon. Would you hold or sell Herbert? Hold.
Yeah.
Add Kenny Pickett to that list? Yes. Yeah, true. How do you value Debo? Debo's a really hard case right now. I'm interested to see how he's valued when Ayuk either stays or goes. So I can't say right now. I think 6th, 7th, 8th round is where he should be going. He went in late 6th in this one. I think it's appropriate. He's obviously been fairly productive this year, which is nice to see from Debo.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver
he actually wide receiver 1 points-wise on the year, right? But points per game,
he's up there.
He is up there. There's always give and take with Debo Samuel. We knew this when we said he was a pretty good buy this offseason. And honestly, it paid off. It did because there was a point where his value had never been lower this season when he went down with the injury. Then he came back and went absolutely crazy. He's a running back 11 in fantasy points per game, 17 points per game this year.
So, Rasheed Rice, Zay Flowers. I think I'm still taking.
I would go Flowers.
I'd probably go Flowers. What wide receivers would you want to target sending away Kenneth Walker, says Toronto Dave. Let's see who he's going. He went in the 6th, man. I would aim higher. Tank Dell, maybe. I don't love a lot of receivers in the 5th through 7th range right now. I just don't. I might, if it's Kenneth Walker's going at this price, I might hold him actually. Sean asked what the normal buy-in for the leagues on just mentioned on Flock. And where's the Bucks gear? Do we not have anything Bucks up here? Weren't the Bucks in that?
Tampa?
No, that wasn't the Bucks Super Bowl. I don't think there's. I don't know. I've got a Bucks helmet right here.
Yeah, just find it. Take it out.
I can find
it.
Put
it up.
He asked what the buy-in was. So we're gonna have all kinds of leagues, and we haven't announced this yet. But you guys, you're watching. I mean, I guess all of you guys can know first. But we're gonna have leagues this year. We're gonna have a jackpot league where there's no buy-in, and the pot's gonna be like a lot of money, and you're gonna be able to just win our money. So there's gonna be one of those. We'll have a drawing for that. There's gonna be a 32-team league. We'll probably do a $25 buy-in for that. And then we'll do a high stakes league, and then we'll probably do a couple $100. We're only starting a couple leagues, but then we're going to have a couple leagues available for those who want like $20, $25 leagues. So again, if you want to join a Dynasty League, I will repeat flockfantasy.com/domain. Links in the description. Come join Dynasty Leagues. Come be able to chat with us every day. Come get our rankings. Come get a team blueprint as well. I promise you guys,
what's that thing?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Whoa.
I promise you guys it's worth it. Like, again, links down below. But quit acting like you've never seen the blueprint. Henry, Warren, Chubb.
I don't know what it looks like.
A little bit of running backs there. Dotson and Johnson.
Jalen Warren at the 10.
Kendre Miller and Demario Douglas. Demario Douglas still a guy we like, sleeper. We like him.
So Warren, super interesting here.
Dude, he just called me Mason Rudolph. I do not look like Mason Rudolph.
He gets so many Mason Rudolphs.
Why?
I think I get Eli Manning more than anyone else too.
Really?
I've gotten Carson Palmer before. What else have I gotten? Backpack Boy.
I mean, okay, Sean. I gotta ask Sean. Sean, is it a compliment that I look like Mason Rudolph? If it's a compliment, then I'll take it.
Hey, if you think that Avery looks like Mason Rudolph, go ahead and drop a like on this video.
Shut up. You guys better not do that. Wait, no, you should. No, I'm conflicted.
It's going to go up so much.
Dominic, I saw you ask this question earlier. I'm sorry I missed it. What do you do if you're stuck with a mess of late picks? Right now, I would hold, let those picks increase in value, and then reevaluate. But right now, late picks are looking okay. So let's see what it does.
These likes are about to shoot up, man.
If you got... Whatever. I do not look like Mason Rudolph.
Like the live stream if Avery looks like Mason Rudolph.
Dude, whatever.
It'll help us out to really find out if it's true.
It's not. They're not going to go up at all. I'm telling you. Watch, dude. I do not. Whatever.
Just look away for a little bit.
Why can't I
we'll
look
see
like?
What happens.
I don't know. Avery looks like Patrick Cote, former. All right, I'm looking that one up too.
Okay.
I better look exactly like this guy. He says it's a compliment. Just keep a helmet out of your hands. Okay, do I look like this guy, Nathan?
Who was that offensive lineman from the Packers that someone commented?
Do I look like that guy? Patrick Cote.
It's just the hair.
Yeah, okay. I could see it.
It's
Dark
the hairline.
He's got good hair.
He's got good hair. I didn't say her hair.
Shut up. Let's see. Gino in the 11th I like.
48 likes.
Are you serious?
We're up to plus
look at
7.
Look at all the hearts showing up on the screen. You guys, this is the worst.
Oh my god.
Before Hummel says he already liked the stream. That's all right. Yeah. Dominic says thanks, you're welcome. Added a like. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I know. You guys are awesome. We love you. I do not look like him though. I'm showing my wife. I'm gonna see what she says. So the running back run: Henry, Warren, Chubb, Miller, Najee. Najee in the 11th, not bad. But Najee behind Warren though.
Yeah, so Jalen Warren this year, super weird situation. It's really, really funny how, like, we made a living crapping on people who compared Jalen Warren's first 2 seasons to Austin Eckler, where they're like, oh, he's going to be the next Austin Eckler. He's going to go off this year, overtake Najee Harris. And honestly, it's not 50 likes. Love it. It's not necessarily out.
Do you see that comment?
No, which one?
The last one.
Avery looks more like Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, he's messing with me. She Floss messing with me. Dude,
That's
I do
great.
whatever.
It's
Shut
Mr. She Floss.
Yeah, I know.
I
I know.
Yeah, but I think it's funny because when you look at statistically the 2-year outlook for Warren compared to Eckler's first 2 years, Eckler had to overtake, I think, was it Melvin Gordon who was the bell cow there, and then he left, and then Eckler went off. Do I think Jaylen Warren is going to be Austin Eckler-esque once Najee is out of there? I wouldn't go that far, but it is notable how efficient and effective he's been in that offense, the few flashes that they've had. I mean, when he has over 10 carries, which is very, very few times this year, 8 yards per carry, 6.7, 14 yards per carry, 6.5, 4, 5.
Yeah, I mean,
he had one game of 3.7.
But again, I think you could do the touchdown exercise with him.
Right, I'm not looking at the points, so I'm just looking at the efficiency.
Oh.
Look, he gets so little volume in the run game that it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, that's true.
He gets a lot of targets though.
That's true.
So like he gets upwards of 6 targets this year, and he usually to me this is the sign of a high upside receiving back that could be promising in the future. 16 yards per catch, 13, 8, 7. 6, 7 on the ones where he's getting a lot of targets. Like, to me, that shows that he's a weapon that they may want to hold on to for a little bit, and he'd be pretty cheap. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. He's a 10th round pick. Once you get into the 10th round, anyways, it's kind of a crap show. So what are you really missing out on if you decide to draft Warren and he doesn't work out in the 10th round?
Hey, if you guys haven't and you're watching, make sure you hit subscribe if you play Dynasty Fantasy Football. Our goal is to help everybody who plays Dynasty Fantasy Football, and we can all work together and get through the offseason and win some freaking Dynasty leagues. We won a couple this offseason, so it was fun. I wish I would have. You get to the championship week, and you have 5 freaking teams out of like 11 Dynasty leagues in the championship, and I win 1 of 5.
So our likes increased by 25% when I asked people to drop a like if you look like Mason Rudolph. Let's keep that going.
Yeah, somebody point out 10 plus likes since the comparison.
10 plus likes since the comparison.
Whatever. It's fine. I know. I'm not upset.
It works,
he said
man.
It's a compliment.
It works.
He says it's a compliment. All right, it's time to pick our favorite. Somebody took the Jets defense. Oh, come on. How did I even have defense in here? I don't think I did. It's time to pick our favorite teams. Let's pick our favorite teams. Hey, drop your favorite team in the comments.
Favorite team. Don't steal my favorite team.
Don't.
Oh, he drafted Fields. He's not my favorite team.
We should have like a sound bite. Don't steal my favorite team. That like plays when we do that. Let's look at teams. I'm gonna pick my.
That's a good idea.
That would be funny.
That would be good.
I'm gonna look here. Okay. I'm just looking for some of the best. Who got some of the best values in this draft? I still like. It was Sheafloss, right? Yeah. Yeah, his is pretty good. Trent's team, I like Trent's team a lot. Okay. I did get a thoughts on team 2. Started with 2 elite quarterbacks. Check. Waddle. Check. Rice and Dell. Awesome. Njoku. Good value. It's fine value. Then picks and then late running backs. Fantasy Maple, you did a good job in my opinion. I thought you did great. So Andrew just asked what the kickers are for. The kickers represent rookie picks. The first kicker is the 101, second kicker is the 102, and so on and so forth. We've gotten through almost 2 full rounds, maybe 3.
I'm loving that dude's roster. His username is that dude.
That dude.
He's got AR and Kyler. Started with 2 QBs. Then he goes 3 wide receivers: Olave, Higgins. I like the Higgins pick. Addison. Then Kelsey, great value at the 6'9". It's really nice, actually.
Yeah, it's nice.
Devontae Adams in the 7th, can't go wrong. And then he goes all the old running backs that have hit their age cliff, can't go down much further. Eckler, good. Watson, fine value. Derrick Henry, Najee, J-Mo.
All right,
good job.
So we're not going to get off of here. Stay tuned and drop your questions. We'll go through and answer as many of these questions as we're done after I pick my favorite team. And tonight I got to go with our guy Hummels. Hummels, CJ Stroud up top. Purdy in the 3rd, so you had 2 elite quarterbacks.
That was my other choice.
Yep. Puka, you get the 105, I think.
Yep.
McBride, and then Nico, Godwin, and Downs. Great set of picks in the 6th, 7th, and 8th there. Yep. Montgomery, another pick, and then Geno, and then Roshan. Hummels, I think you killed this draft, man. Yeah. Good job. You get my team of the night, I guess. Favorite team.
Honorable mention, Charms. He gets those 2 QBs in Herbert and Love with the 102. And then JSN, Reed, Spears.
Did you see what Hummel said? He said,
nice.
I had fun with this. It was much easier to draft with the flock ranking cheat codes of my screen. That's why I like his freaking...
Yeah,
that's why I like his team. He's using my rankings.
Yeah, I can't talk. That was a plug for us. It was a plug.
Dang, Nathan, that was great. All right, drop your questions. Let's go through it. Take a final look at this draft. Let's go through and answer what I know. Let's go through and answer.
Just went
questions.
through twice.
Yeah, we're gonna go through and answer these questions. All right, let's just answer some comments here.
Yeah. Where were we last at?
I don't know. I've been reading some of these as I've gone.
I'll just work my way up.
My rookie picks would be Odunze at 108 and maybe like yeah, I don't think you're getting Odunze there, Drew, but I like it. Toronto Dade says he likes the A-Rich team. Very nice. 105, 107, 110, or Jefferson and Keenan Allen from our guy Blind. Blind, we appreciate you.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. 105, 107, 110, or Jefferson Keenan. That's Jefferson and Keenan every time. Yeah, it's got to be. Toronto Day says, yeah, great team. Thoughts on Chris Brooks and Jelani Woods' stashes? Should I drop Jeff Wilson and McKinnon for those two? Stash questions are hard. I would drop Wilson for Jelani, and I would keep McKinnon probably.
Yeah, I'd keep McKinnon.
Yeah. I'm fine stashing Jelani. I want to see what he does at the beginning of next year.
Yeah. G16 says, is there any downside to drafting a startup now versus after free agency? There are pros and cons to both. This is a really common question that we get in our YouTube comments. It's a good question. And I will say that we generally prefer to do more startups after the NFL draft than before. And if you do a startup draft before the NFL draft, you need to make sure you're drafting kickers as placeholders for rookie picks, and do not draft the rookie. Do not hold your rookie draft until after the NFL draft. There are some people that have told us before that they like drafting rookies before the NFL draft. That to us is an element that's really, in our opinion, just not necessary. You end up losing a lot of value, and there's just not enough that we as the Dynasty community know and have insider information in the NFL to really have a good idea of who's going to be drafted where. There's too many surprises, too much luck involved. We want to be as strategic as possible with our rookies, especially since they make or break your future. And that's why we would say definitely rookie draft after the NFL draft. But your startups, you're going to have better values in the early off season, and you're going to have better values at other positions after the NFL draft because of landing spots. So that's just the reality. Mix and match, do whatever you want. Like, we do a little bit of both. So there's not really a right or a wrong way to do it. There's just the only right way for rookie drafts is after the NFL draft.
Emma says Brees after Etienne's kind of wild, and I totally agree with that. I think Brees should be going above Etienne. That's just me. Yeah. But I agree. Jelani's a giant. Yeah, Nathan's very fond of him. Is Gibbs or Bijan your running back one?
53 likes.
Gibbs or Bijan for... Shut up. Gibbs or Bijan for running back one?
I'm sticking with... I'll stick with Bijan.
It's close. What are your favorite guys for the start of the second round? Let me read some guys to you. All of these guys can go in the late first, early second this year, and so I like almost every single one of these guys. Travion Henderson, Brian Thomas Jr., Igbuka, Bo Nix, Jonathan Brooks, Keon Coleman, Xavier Worthy, Troy Franklin, Trey Benson. Those are going to be my favorite guys there for sure. Right now, everything can change, and everything will change for the rookie draft. So,
hey, feel free all to let us know in the comments what you think about Travion Henderson as a prospect, if you've done any analysis on him.
Yeah.
What your opinion is on him. Do you think he is hands down, if he declares this year, the running back one, or do you think there's some more questions with him?
Yeah.
I currently am on the fence.
Yeah, let us know. I'm curious what you guys think.
Our team is pretty all in on Henderson being the running back one. I am probably the least high of all of them.
I like Travion. What do I do with Mike Williams? He's a hold, man. You can't sell him. You'd be selling low still. He's not worth much. You just got to hold.
Yeah.
He'll be worth something when he produces.
Right.
Rank these guys. Gosh, these are hard. These are the same tier, honestly. Rasheed, Zay, Addison, Reed, Tank, London in PPR. Okay, these are guys that are probably in the same tier for me, but let me give this a shot, okay? I'm going to go Addison, London, Zay, Tank, Rasheed, Reed. Nathan? Again, though, I think they're in the same tier. I think you could rank them anyway, and I'm okay with it. The one guy, I think Addison and London maybe separate themselves there. I still like Drake London, man. And he's still got top 10 draft capital.
I'd go London, Addison, Zay, Tank, Reed, Rasheed.
Okay, so we're pretty close.
You're doing Rasheed over Reed?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
I think in my ranking, let me pull up my flock rankings. I think I have Rasheed and Reed in the same tier.
Yeah.
In my rankings.
So how does the rookie draft work now? Are the picks randomized? You mean after we do the I'm not sure what you're asking. Like in a normal dynasty league, you would go against like reverse max points 4, and that's how the rookie draft order would be determined. If that's what you're asking, let me know, Seb. I can answer your question if you get a little bit deeper into that. When does Sleeper usually put rookies in? I feel like it's normally like March. It's before the rookie draft, right?
I think it's post combine.
It might be post combine
because then they have all the
so it's in March.
All the heights and weights officially.
Yes. I like Jelani as a stash. I'm in 2 leagues. So does Nathan. Which of these vets do you think produce next year? Cup, Diggs, Kelsey, Kamara, sell any. I think Cup produces next year. I think Diggs produces next year. I think Kelsey and Kamara. I wouldn't sell any of those guys. They're all kind of trending down right now.
Right.
What's your opinion on Audric Estime? People have said we're too high on Estime.
A lot of people have said we're too high. And, to make him happy in our most recent mock draft, I don't think we took him in our most recent mock draft because, honestly, because of Jonathan Brooks declaring. He didn't make it. We've had him as high, I think, as our running back 3, 4 maybe.
Yeah.
And I think there's some good aspects to his game for sure coming out of Notre Dame. But again, he's one of those guys where he could go as high as mid to late 3rd round, or he could go in the 6th, like one of those Zach Evans sort of guys. It really is going to be combine dependent.
Just won the championship. I have Chandler, Najee, and Chuba. Wow, that's great. Not want to pay for running backs from the rest of the team stack. Acquiring McCaffrey like running back would be great. What would you pay? Let's wait to acquire running back until a little bit later. But I think closer to the NFL season, I would give up a fair amount to get somebody who's really productive. Maybe target some older guys there. Jacob says my team is 12 teams: Superflex, Goff, Fields, Carr, Brees, Ballard, Monty, Amon-Ra, Wilson, Chase, Olave, Trash Titans with the 102. And then the question is, how do I upgrade? I think you can upgrade Fields, but honestly, right now you might not be able to. Your wide receivers are great. You don't need a tight end. You got Brees and Monty, so I like that. I honestly like your team, man. I think maybe you need to get a little bit of a safer option at quarterback with Goff, Fields, and Carr. That would be my advice for you. Daniel says, I think he's a running back 1. What he was talking about with Bijan a couple years ago, only thing that slowed him down is injury. Looks explosive. Have to see draft capital. He's talking about Henderson. Yeah, I think you're right. Sheflaw says, if Marvin Harrison Jr. goes 101, should I be looking to trade my 1 and 2 since I don't need a QB? We'll have to wait and see what happens, but yeah, I think that's a decent strategy. Who wins, Washington or Michigan? I'm going Washington.
I'm going to go Washington as well. They keep... Michigan is favored by 5 in this game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think Michigan's defense is really good, but I think Penix is better.
I just think the fact that Washington has been not favored like in pretty much every relevant game this year, and they've won, and they're still undefeated. Like, they just have a chip on their shoulder that the betting market is just giving them because no one thinks they're going to win.
Yeah.
So
Drew says,
I love Michigan,
dogs,
though.
by the way. When does Detroit move off from Goff? I don't think anytime in the next 2
soon.
years.
There's no reason for them to.
The quarterback market's too finicky.
Yeah.
Favorite dynasty stashes? Next week. We're having a video, right? That's one of our videos?
Next week?
Did we not do it for next week?
Like, next week is in Monday next week?
Not Monday, but Tuesday or Wednesday.
We're doing mock drafts, and then
Sells.
sell all these players.
Yeah.
And then, stash or avoid these players at all costs.
We'll probably do stashes.
We'll do avoid next week.
So, Ethan, we'll do a stash video here soon, so keep your eye out.
Yeah, stash.
If I draft Marv at the 1 and 2, where and how do I upgrade Goff, and which wideout to who? I like Goff. I like Goff's value, so I think I would keep Goff, honestly. But I'm okay with drafting Marv 102. Jacob, I think I'm keeping Goff, man. I like his value.
Mm-hmm. Me too. He's very, very affordable.
Ryan, help. I drafted Quentin Johnson in the 4th round of startup last year. What should I do now?
You're stuck with him, man. You're not getting anything of value for him.
Nathan doesn't know because I don't tell him about this kind of stuff.
What?
That I did that.
Oh, that you sold him.
No, I drafted him in the 4th round of startup.
Oh, I know you did. You were huge on Quentin Johnson.
Yeah, well, I wasn't huge on him.
You have a love affair with pretty much everyone affiliated with Justin Herbert and have since
I do like Chargers players.
So even to a fault sometimes.
Hey Ryan, shut up.
But I liked Quentin Johnson too, so you're good.
12 teams. I was on like my 5th league of the offseason. I was just trying new stuff. 12 team flex league. Probably people don't subscribe for that. 101, 103. Need a second QB. Wide receiver room. Weak Higgins, Deontay, Marvin Harrison Jr. Then Daniels. Yeah, I like that plan. Or Caleb Williams and then Neighbors. Like, I mean, you could go a couple different ways with that. But prediction on where Fields is next year. Better or worse for fantasy? Prediction: Bears. I'm gonna say worse. Daniel says, "Can we get a bit on what to do with declining assets? I have Hill and just don't know what to do next season." Yeah, sure, we can do that. We write that one down.
Yeah,
declining asset video. Is AJ Brown enough for Bijan? Yeah, I think it's more than enough. Okay, so Seb says, what I meant was, how do you guys determine rookie draft pick order? Yes, okay. It's reverse max points for. So you take max points for, lowest max points for, which max points for is the total highest points of every single week. It includes your bench, your starting lineup, and we quit playing with that? Bench, starting lineup, and your taxi squad. Basically it's telling you who the worst teams were and the best teams were. So it's reverse max points for, and then when it's playoffs, it's which round were you eliminated, and then who has the lowest max points for, and then that's the higher pick. Lowest max points for. So those are in advanced standings of your sleeper leagues is where you can find that. Drew says, "Oh well." So if Washington wins, how much is Penix's value going up? Again, we mock draft coming soon, but we think his value is going to go up a lot.
Yep.
I have Allen, Brees, Etienne, A-Chain, Hubbard, Tyjae Jefferson. Yeah, lots of running backs there. Waddle, Dale, Addison, Kincaid, Pitts. Should I look to improve anyone? Good running backs. Good quarterback. Great receivers. How did you get this team? No. Gladiator Gaming, good job. But no, you can't improve that. That's awesome. I mean, maybe you could, but, I mean, you're sitting pretty. That's a dynasty team that wins a league every year. 12 teams Superflex contending. I'd like to tier up at wide receiver. You got Waddle, Rice. Yeah, I like tiering up here. 106, 107, 110, 111. 2 projected in 25 verse. Who would you target and trade away? Take Rashee Rice in the 106 and try to move up. Take George Pickens in the 106 and try to move up. Take Rice and Pickens in the 106 and try to move up. Like, I think moving up in the draft is a good idea there, because you're gonna have 2 really good talents up top. Love you guys. Thank you. We love you too, Jacob. Ethan, all right, follow-up question. What do you think of Josh Palmer's dynasty stash? I see some upside to him. Yeah, I just think Josh Palmer is what he is at this point.
Yeah. He's a wide receiver 4.
So I definitely think keep him, but he's I think we've seen what he is even when he gets opportunity. He's rosterable in dynasty, in my opinion. Sheflat says, when's the other guy coming back? Well, other guy is at school, and he's doing like live stuff, and he's at Purdue. So I don't exactly know, but we want him back. So we miss him a lot. But he's really busy, and sometimes that happens. So we appreciate him focusing on what he needs to focus on. Yang Gang says, hey, guys, glad to see you live streaming. Thanks, buddy. Won my championship 10-man PPR. Would you trade? Good. Congratulations, by the way. Adams, 109, and 304 for Olave and the 203.
Yes.
Yes, easily.
Yep.
Easily. That's a smash. Yeah, Drew says it's a humble brag. That's exactly what it was. And he deserves it. If you've got a dynasty team like that, show it off. And we'll read it in front of 100 people. After hearing how high you are on Njoku, not me.
I would not say I'm high on Njoku.
Nathan's the Njoku champion over
No, I was making a case for why I think his current value is fair, but I did clarify later that I'm not necessarily taking him personally in startup drafts at price.
Is selling the 103 for Devonta Smith and Njoku a smart move? I would take the 103 there all day, buddy.
Yeah, you got to go 103.
And where are you on Devonta? I think Devonta is going to stay about where he was last year, 3rd round, 4th round. Yeah, I'm fine with him there.
He's been
rookie number 2 QB right now. That's a great question. It's still Drake May until we see the draft capital. I'm interested to see what the draft capital sorts out for these rookie QBs.
Yeah.
Should I take a QB with pick 2 in my startup or take Chase or Jefferson? No, pick 2 in a dynasty startup. If it's a super flex, you have to take a QB there. So, Greg, hopefully that answers your question. If super flex league, yes. Okay. Barksy says somehow my Flock Fantasy account has a Flock code, but I want it to have your code before I sign up. Can you get my account deleted so I can register again with your code? LOL. Barksy, send me a DM on Discord. I can help you. I can kind of explain how that works and stuff like that. Yang Gang says, y'all win any money on best ball? Didn't have a lot of best ball investment, but I did not win anything. I don't think he did either. We barely.
I think we won like second place money, a lot of second place.
Oh yeah,
money.
You're right. I did win some, but it was like I don't think I made my money back.
I don't know what I have in my account, but
no, I didn't make my money back on best ball. Again, with it's best ball is truly an odds game. Like it's essentially sports betting, but you get to pick your players.
Yep.
And you have to have a certain level of investment to really like have a chance at the higher money, and I just couldn't.
I think I ended up with like, of the 80 I invested, I got like 20 back or something.
Look at Ryan.
What?
I have a dynasty roster with CD, Waddle, Addison, Garrett Wilson, 1 and 2. Am I in a good position? No, you're not. Because you'll probably screw it up, and you would have the 1 and 2 in more leagues if you had not traded it to me before the season. Thank you. How about that, Ryan? I love you, buddy. Ryan Bread, by the way, is a good follow on Twitter at FFRybread. He is our lead analyst here at Domain. He is incredibly.
He's got something cooking.
He's got something cooking. He's got some bacon.
He's got some bacon.
We love Ryan Bread. One of our longest tenured members of our great team that we have.
Ryan, I don't know if you were in here when the whole Mason Rudolph fiasco was going on, but someone said that Avery looks like Mason Rudolph, which we've gotten about 20 times ever. And I said to drop a like on the video if you think that Avery looks like Mason Rudolph. And our like rate went up 25% after that. So, yeah, we got like 10 likes within a minute or two.
Yep, moving on. Is Bowers still a good pick at 106 in non-superflex? Yes, it is. Drew says Gino, Cook, CMC, Metcalf, Jefferson, Ferg, Daddy, Nico, Pittman, Devonta Nayers, Superflex Dynasty. Worthy of a brag? Yes.
Yep.
It is. Everybody's job. Everybody's doing the home
He likes bacon, too. That's also worthy of a brag.
I said Ryan Bread was bacon, and he says he likes bacon, so.
Bacon.
I get it. Drew says, oof, and Ryan Bread says, yikes. Yeah. That's
yeah.
It's all right.
Hey, Mason Rudolph isn't, he doesn't look too bad.
All right. Thanks. Wow, that makes me feel better. I'm good now. Yang Gang's got a dilemma, and here it is. He's got Purdy, Love, Anthony Richardson, and Rodgers, and the 102, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is going 101. That stinks. So I have to take the value of QB. It's pretty loaded. Not sure what to do. I mean, you're gonna have like 4 of the top 12 quarterbacks. Just take the value, or try to move back if you want to, but. Don't be afraid. You'll take the value. You'll have somebody who needs quarterback. Quarterbacks are in a superflex league are. Ryan says Avery, it could be worse. You could have green text. That's true. I'd rather look like Mason Rudolph. I would rather look like Mason Rudolph got hit by a car than have green text. Yes.
I would love to know if that's actually true.
It is true.
Sure.
It is true.
Sure.
Nathan has an Android, by the way.
Okay.
Please don't unsubscribe.
My green texts are fine, and I'm. Never mind.
I currently have Kincaid, Laporta, Bowers, Kraft, and probably
nice
Bowers. 104. You said Bowers twice.
Good phone.
Shut up. 104 in a 1 QB league. I like all the tight ends, but I feel like it's unoptimal. It is unoptimal. Any ideas what to do? Keep Laporta. Maybe keep 2 of those guys. 104, you can't be drafting Bowers there. I mean, you get a wide receiver at the 104 for sure. So just don't take Bowers. And then Laporta and Kincaid's not terrible. And then Kraft. I think just taking a wide receiver is a good step. Like you can get a Dunze there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What QB should I take available? All available startup. Our favorite QB values right now. Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, Jared Goff. There's 4 of them for you. Trent says, Drew says, ha. Yeah.
Because iPhone gang.
Yeah.
That's what he
Trent
said.
says, at what point would you trade the 104 for the 105? I see a tier off at the 5th pick. Trent, I'm going to actually disagree. I think it's also, as of now, who is your favorite 2 between Daniels, Neighbors, and May? I think there's not a teardrop there. I think you keep the 105. I think the teardrop's after 5 or 6 this year. So I would keep it. Ethan says 0.5 tight end premium, by the way. Yeah, well, that's good that you have those tight ends. Again, I think I'd start by drafting a different position there. Yeah. iPhone gang. What about the guy from American? Oh my gosh. No. Don't. I get too many.
This is our new game we're doing every live stream. Who does Avery look like?
Whatever.
And come up with something like
should I get Najee
ridiculous.
or Tyjae? Tyjae Spears, please. Yeah, take Tyjae Spears, please. All right, boys. We need to let our brains rest a little bit. We've been working.
It's been a long day.
Working all evening.
Yeah.
So
hey, keep your eye out for episode 2 of Dynasty Decoded.
Yep. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. Again, head over to flockfantasy.com/domain. If you want to play in Dynasty Leagues with us, we're going to be really picky with who we pick for our Dynasty Leagues, but all of our other Flocker members on domain, send me, I forget who asked that question, but I think it was Barksy. Send me a DM on Discord, buddy. On the Flock Discord, you can find my thing.
Does he know your user?
Yeah, it's Avery Hoffman. It's my first and last. But you can find it on the Flock Discord. You'll see it in my section.
Oh.
Unlock all of our exclusives, flockfantasy.com/domain. Make sure you use code domain if you want to get in our leagues and you want a team blueprint. Here's a team blueprint for you. Good for your dynasty team. Good thing to start the offseason with.
Oh,
and
that's pretty cool.
As it's very, very shut up. It's very detailed, but we use it as the plan to build your dynasty team throughout this offseason. We're working through a lot of these with people right now, a lot of one-on-ones right now. So we'd love to give you one-on-one consulting for your dynasty team. He says he DM'd you. That's fine. You can give him mine.
Yeah.
So, all right, boys. We appreciate you guys watching so much. Thanks for joining us today. Have a good weekend. Peace out, guys.
Cheers.